How can you describe volunteering to the viewers?
For me, I would say volunteering is about you have some free time and you would like to volunteer with that time to do something good in general.
Yeah.
It depends. So it could be it's something related to the medical field, or it could be related to anything. So that's for me how I describe it.
Yeah. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Alan and my YouTube channel is Alan Cat Series. And as you know, on my YouTube channel, we talk about inspiring stories, about things that can make an impact on someone out there. And as you can see today, I have a guest. He's going to talk about himself. And then, of course, from there, we are going to talk about the interesting topic that everyone has been waiting for. So without further ado, I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Hello everyone, my name is Aladdin. I'm from Egypt actually, but currently I'm studying in Hungary in Debrecen city, in University of Debrecen, as a mechatronics engineer. So yeah.
Yeah, as you have heard himself, so I actually I've not known him for a long time, but we have been friends on Facebook. He saw my work, I saw his work, I saw what he was doing, I saw his leadership skills, and of course from there we started talking, we got in touch, and then we decided to do something that can be helpful to the community. So as you can, as he has already told you, he's a student, and besides being a student, he's actually a leader. He's actually a leader, and he's going to talk more about his leadership skills, and basing on his leadership skills, so we decided to talk about something called volunteering. So I know very many of you know about this, but of course there are some people who don't know about volunteering. They don't even know that volunteering is helpful, is it's impactful on people's lives, on people's careers. Before you get that good job, before you get that full-time job, before you get that dream job of yours, very many people have done volunteering opportunities. They have volunteered for free, they have volunteered for small pocket money. So this is what we are going to talk about, and I'll let him start straight away. So let's talk about volunteering. How can you describe volunteering to the viewers?
For me, I would say volunteering is about you have some free time and you would like to volunteer with that time to do something good in general.
Yeah.
It depends. So it could be it's something related to the medical field, or it could be related to anything. So that's for me how I describe it.
Yeah. I can also describe volunteering actually in the same way, because I myself, I did volunteering before I landed to my full-time job, which I'm doing currently here in Hungary, in Budapest. So I am from Uganda, and I volunteered in different countries, but I will talk about Rwanda, where I went for 2 months and I was doing volunteering. I was teaching actually. So when I say I'm now doing IT, don't get surprised, because volunteering, it's something that you do. It's something that you like to do. So it doesn't necessarily mean that if you have studied medicine, then you have to volunteer in medicine. No, it's something that you like to do. It's something that you would want to do besides besides your job, or besides something that you want to do in the future. So I volunteered in Rwanda, in a big city called Huye, and I was teaching English. As you know, Rwanda is a French country, so they wanted something to do with English so that they can learn. So I was teaching kids, I was teaching youth, I was teaching everyone for 2 months, and it was a great opportunity. So I think the way he explained it, volunteering is something you do in your free time, or is something that prepares your mind for the benefit of your life in the future. So our guest is going to talk about the benefits of volunteering.
From my point of view, actually, that the benefits are a lot, but one of the most important things is to practice or to gain soft skills, and also practice the leadership. And that's for me, it's super crucial, because as I understand, from my friends who are already working in companies, and some of them like are working in big companies. They already mentioned a lot of time that like soft skills is extremely crucial. Of course, as it's as crucial as the hard skills. So for that, like for me, I would say first you practice the leadership, where you actually like see how can you lead actually a team or managing a person. And this is actually super critical from my point of view, because in the future, if you get an opportunity to work in a company, for example, so one of the crucial things like how you are going to handle other people as well. And maybe you get the opportunity to be a leader, so how can you lead a team? So it's good that you practice all these things while you are in a university or in a high school or in your free time. And also the communication is super crucial. So one of the benefits that you really gain a lot is the communication, and it's going to be more amazingly and amazing, like it's, I would say, it's going to be more important if you have the opportunity to volunteer with different people with different nationalities as well. That's super crucial, because it's going to teach you how you can communicate, how can you adapt around a lot of people, and also with different nationalities, with different cultures, which is the most important thing. Because in the end, you have to learn how you respect other people's culture, and also how they respect your culture as well, and where you come from, and what your religion, and so on and so forth.
Actually, that's true, because when I talk about myself, I didn't only work in Rwanda, because when I finished my 2 months volunteering period in Rwanda, so I went to India. And of course, as everyone knows about India, it's a land of cultures. So they have different cultures. Like every city in India, they have different cultures, different food, different languages. So this volunteering helps you actually to understand and to respect everyone's culture. Like you get out of your comfort zone. Let's say if you're from Uganda, you know your culture, and you have grown up knowing only your culture. So volunteering helps you, it opens your mind and your soul, your spirit. So even it also works for me. Like when I went to Russia, and it was really hard for me, because like people don't speak English there, they rarely speak English. So, but because I was determined to learn something, and also they were determined to learn something out of me, so it was very impactful. So I was very happy that I went to all those countries. And of course, if this so our guest is going to tell us like what has he done when it comes to volunteering, like what has he achieved, not just what he has achieved, but what has been his role from the day he started volunteering, or when he started doing this job of volunteering in different aspects of life.
Actually, speaking of which, before we go into that, you mentioned that you have been in Russia, right? And I was also in Russia for the same purpose, education, like English education. And also, it's actually really developed the creativity. Like you can imagine, you are in a country where they barely speak English. And most likely they don't.
And you can't speak their language.
Exactly, you can't speak the language as well, and their language is like it's for me it's fascinating, but also it's challenging a little bit. And you have to be creative, but somehow to teach those kids in the camp, like how you teach them, like particular grammars, particular words, and how you can engage with them actually in their daily life while you actually don't speak that language and you don't understand each other. That was so amazing. I know how challenging that is, but I loved it though.
And for me, it was challenging because even the fact that the color was also different, because I went to the Siberian part, which is like almost close to Asia, and like for the 3 months I was there, if I'm to be honest, I saw only like not more than 10 Africans in my whole 3 months there. So everywhere I was going, like people wanted to really know like who is this person, like what's that this color exists, and then they would automatically start speaking in Russian, and of course the first thing I did when I went to Russia was to learn how to greet, to learn how to ask for the washroom. So of course I would just play around with the words that I know, and it was very interesting actually. Yeah.
Actually, you remind me as well of a similar situation. I was in the camp. Like I noticed that. I thought that a lot of people knows where Egypt is, you know, especially like, you know, the pyramids, Sphinx, you know, the civilization. I was so surprised that when I was in the camp, a lot of kids didn't know where Egypt is. Some of them actually thought that Egypt is in Asia. Yeah, like it was very fascinating. So like for them, like they have never been in that part of the world, you know. It's like, oh, you're Egyptian, oh, you're Muslim. I was like, what? How you do this? Or how do you do that? Can I see you like when you talk in your language, for example, or when you do a particular like, you know, rituals or something like that? Can I see it? How do you feel? It's really amazing. Like it's really amazing and so lovable. And still, I remember like I had. Some friends, like if I remember correctly, from Ghana mainly, and yeah, like also they were so fascinated as well. Like they didn't know, oh my God, this color has existed. So what are you doing there, guys, in the country? And even to be honest, even for me back then, Russia was my first country. Like when I started travel alone, Russia was my first country when I came into Europe the first time, and. When I met someone from Ghana, I had that stereotype back then in Egypt that like, oh, so like those countries actually are super hot, so that's why people there are black, you know? But when I asked actually like that girl, she laughed a lot. She laughed a lot about us. Like, oh my God, that's the most hilarious stereotype I've ever heard. But no, actually I discovered that like, actually, a lot of African countries are like the weather there is super chill, it's so nice, and it's just the color skin that's it's their natural. You know, like as I am right now, it's like I'm brown, you know, or like here in Hungary, white. It's just something normal. For me, that was like mind blowing. I loved it
because if you talk about like because African countries are they have their weather is hot, then you'll be like, but India is hot.
Exactly.
But people are not black. You're like, no, I think this is not a valid reason.
Even in Egypt and Saudi Arabia, it was super hot. Super hot.
Like Dubai.
I was born and raised there, and like it's super hot there. And I'm still not black, you know. So what's the reason?
But to be like to tell you guys, volunteering is one of the best things that you could ever do. Before you land on a good job or before you land on your dream job, because there are some things that really help you. For example, like for me, I wasn't really that confident like to be in front of people, and I start talking and I start giving them some knowledge or some tips. I could just even in my university, I could just be there and I could even give you money to go and do my work and maybe present. But right now you just give me what to say and I just go there and and all this was because of the volunteering skills, the communication skills that he has been talking about, the soft skills. So I believe that volunteering is really a good thing to practice before you land on that good job or that dream job that you would want to do.
I agree. So speaking of like my journey, as you asked me before, for the volunteering part, so I had the opportunity to volunteer with few organizations. Most of them are in Egypt, and also like some of them are mainly actually in the medical field. And it was really interesting actually. It was very good because I could practice at that time. I was studying nursing. It was very interesting actually, but 3 or 4 years later, so I heard about AIESEC, and that's where actually I got the opportunity to go for volunteering with one of their projects in Russia, so where I had all these amazing opportunities. So when I came back, actually I decided like, oh, okay, that organization is a little bit weird, like, oh, they're traveling a lot, talk about leadership. So I'm actually really interested in that. So I decided to join there, and since then I'm still stuck there because I loved it. Like during those 5 years, right now it's 5 years, and so far it's the most different organization I've ever worked with, to be honest, personally. Because first it really gave me a lot of chances, a lot of opportunities to go outside of my comfort zone. And and a lot of people like perhaps don't see that or maybe don't appreciate that, but actually it's something very good, because that's how you know if you like something or not. You need to try once and twice and 3 times, you know. So if you go, for example, to the corporate world, you don't have that much of opportunities in order to try and fail and take the feedback and implement the feedback to fix those issues. But in volunteering world, especially at least from my experience in AIESEC, that's the best thing about it. Like it's, for me, the way how I see it in AIESEC is like it's the most organization that's close to the reality, and at the same time you have multiple opportunities to fail, learn, get feedback, and implement the feedback. And that's how you know what you like, you know what you don't like, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I think that's true, because for me, I'm also like a son of AIESEC, because that's where like everything came like about. Because when I finished my university, my bachelor's degree from Uganda, where I did my bachelor's degree in business economics, where right now I'm in IT, but yeah, that's how the world is. Because what you study most of the time, like you don't get the chance, but you are ready to have, like, let's say for example, if an opportunity came to me right now, in my field, in economics, in banking or finance, I would take it. But if it's not there, then I take the one which is available. So when I finished my bachelor's degree, I started looking around. So I was like, so what can I do? Because I really wanted to do volunteering, because I realized that most of my friends, they have not actually just landed onto jobs. They had to first go through volunteering, learn a lot, get more friends. Because another thing another benefit from volunteering is actually you get friends, not just from your country. You get, because volunteering is about traveling and experience, because you don't want to get skills in your hometown, because volunteering gives you a chance to travel, gives you a chance to communicate with different nationalities, to communicate with different NGOs, like those non-government organizations, because they want to they are helping actually. If you talk about AIESEC is one of the organizations that I trust. It's one of the organizations that you can join and get a good volunteering experience. You can even get a full-time, because for me, it's because of the AIESEC and those volunteering experiences that I did in Russia, in India, in Rwanda, that now I'm here on a permanent job in Hungary. So talking about volunteering, what would you say about organizations that really would give opportunities to, like, how do they benefit from giving you those opportunities? Because,
well, that of course like depends on the company. And like as I mentioned, first of all, like you focus on, like you build your own soft skills. That's like any company's needs that right now, especially in the 20th century. That's for sure. But when it comes to other companies, that depends. So for example, with my friends who are studying, let's say, like economics and marketing, that's the perfect field for AIESEC, so where they can actually implement, learn about the marketing, and implement what they have learned through YouTube or through courses or whatever. And then from there they gain the experience. So when they go, for example, apply for companies like in marketing rules, for example, so they can actually translate that into their CVs, and that's like actually really helping a lot, because you already gain the experience while you actually studying, most likely. You see. So it depends indeed on the field, but in general, what I would say, like, it has one common, that's the soft skills. For the hard skills, depends on the field.
So now that we have talked about the benefits of volunteering, of course, where there is a benefit, there is always a challenge. But like I told you, and we are going to share some of the websites of these organizations, which you find out how they give these opportunities, these volunteering opportunities, and you can sign up, and you can, you can also share with us, because these opportunities, these volunteering opportunities, they'll help you even when you're still studying, even when you have just finished studying, or if you want to continue, maybe do your master's. Some of these volunteering opportunities, they actually help you to get into better universities, because some of these opportunities they actually they are needed. Like sometimes you want to apply into a bachelor's, into a university for PhD, and they'll ask you if you have actually done some volunteering or if you have any volunteering experiences in some fields. So it's really important that you do volunteering when you still can. So we are going to, he's going to talk about some of the challenges that you can face while doing volunteering.
To be honest, challenges a lot, my experience, but I will highlight a few of them. So one of them is the consistency. So because a lot of people actually don't have consistency, especially in the 21st century. So not a lot of people have this, the consistency and patience, because they want, and also patience is the second issue as well, or the second challenge, because people wants to have, as soon as they join, so after 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, I want to see the result, I want to see the result, and actually that's not how it works.
They want to get something on their email, you have been selected, you have been
Exactly. Especially in the volunteering world, so if you want to go bigger, then you need to have the consistency, and also you need to have the patience, especially in AIESEC, to be honest, from my experience, because I believe from my experience that AIESEC can give you a lot, but it's just need some patience, you need to wait. You need to have the consistency, because you will face a lot of struggles, but also, which is part of any experience in general. But in the end, you are going to learn a lot from it. So those two mainly actually are those two reasons, or those two challenges are main challenges in my point of view, from my experience. Of course, there are a lot.
I volunteering, most of the time, everything is there. Everything is there. They have the equipment. They have everything is there, because they know that you have sacrificed. You really want to learn. You really want to gain something. So volunteering is just about patience, like he said, and then of course persistence. For example, if you finish, let's say, because for me, when I went to Rwanda, I did volunteering for 2 months, and then I came back. Then I was like, what can I do now? Because I felt like I now need a permanent job, a full-time job. But that wasn't the case. You just need to be patient, and then maybe if there is also another chance of doing another volunteering, go for it, because maybe that's when you're going to land on your dream job. So that's why when I finished Rwanda internship, I had to go to India, and of course I knew that I'm still building my career. I'm still expanding my friends, and then everything just started working smoothly for me, and that's how I landed to now Russia and then Hungary. And of course, I still, even right now, I still believe that persistence and of course patience, these are the best keys if you really want to succeed in your life.
Actually, I would like to highlight the two things. First of all, when you go for volunteering, as you mentioned, actually you come back from those countries with something. Maybe it's not money, but you come back with memories. Memories, experiences, a different person. So because the person who went to that country is never the same person when he or she returns back to his or her country. And the second thing is also the volunteer. Sometimes it can take years, 2 or 3 or 4 years, or 5 years. For me, I have done this for AIESEC 5 years, and pretty much it's for free. Especially the first 4 years, it's for free. And I'm doing it not because have a lot of free time and so on, but it's not just that, but it's because I really love what I'm doing, and most importantly that I'm discovering a lot of things, and I'm trying a lot of things, and that's the best thing. And actually also one of the challenges that I may forgot to mention as well, it depends on the personality of the person. For example, it can challenge someone who's maybe introverted, so how can I go and talk in front of people, that's gonna be so challenging, it's actually benefit, but also can be challenge, especially for that introverted person, And actually, that's so amazing. To be honest, for me, like this challenge is so amazing. It may not be comfortable, but like for me, I was personally I was introverted before I became extroverted, and that's actually one of the main reasons was AIESEC.
Yeah.
Because like I was like going out, talking with people. I didn't like it. I hate it sometimes. To be honest, like damn, I hate it. I don't want to do it anymore. But I'm going back again and do it again and again.
Yeah.
And to be honest, sometimes while during my journey in AIESEC, especially in AIESEC, sometimes I thought like, I want to quit. I'm just tired.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it anymore. And then I go back. I see like myself will do some like small reflections. Like no, I've come a long way. It's like it's really nice. I like it. And I'm trying and I'm learning. So I'm keep going.
Yeah. And before because I think we are almost done, and if you like this video, if this is something that you have been looking for, just give us just like our video, share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If this is your very first time to watch my channel, please subscribe and share your comments. I mean, if you have any doubt or if you have any more, if you want to get more clarification on these kinds of volunteering experiences, on how you can start your career after university or even during your university, so I think you can give us a comment, and of course we take time to reply every message that we get. So we have finished benefits, we talked about the challenges. So now I know someone might be there and then might need some advice on something to do with volunteering. So could you please advise anyone who is watching this video, like how best they can handle this this volunteering?
For me, I would say the main key here is patience. You need to be patient and try things. So don't be afraid. I mean, what's the worst thing that's going to happen if you are going to try something new?
Yeah.
It's nothing. Maybe someone is going to say, oh, you don't know how to do it. It's fine. Think about the thing that you actually are doing right now and you are actually so good at it. Look at yourself at the first time when you started to do that thing that you actually are good at right now, how you were feeling at that time, how did you feel at that time, and think about it. So it's the same thing. So it's actually during your volunteering period the best time to try, fail, okay, no problem, get to know the reasons or try to know the reason why, what's the feedback, okay, how can I do it next time, because you are going to face similar things in the future, either in work or in life. So be patient with yourself. Just accept the challenges and enjoy yourself and try new things. And actually, I would like to say also something else, that I'm really interested for people who are already working and had volunteering experience before, to write in the comments also some advices from their experience. That would be actually very great, because I would love to also, even for myself, I want to learn as well from those people who actually if you have done a volunteering in any company, you can actually recommend such companies, or if you have any website or a link in the comment section, so that when other people are watching, they can really see this. And of course, you can share your experience, like what is your worst experience when you volunteered in a company or in a country, and what is your best memory. But of course, I know that the best memories are the best, because that's what we are looking for, to encourage people so that they don't just sit down when they have finished university and then they just start applying for jobs. I think for me, when you finish before even you finish your university, you should have at least done like one volunteering experience, and then so that you really know what's happening, or what package does the world have for you. And what would be your last comment when it comes to volunteering, as we are closing this topic of the day? My last word.
Yeah, your last word.
Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself, because it's really great time. You are getting new people, and perhaps if it's an international organization like AIESEC, so for sure you're going to meet different people. So just enjoy. You don't need to judge, just enjoy the difference, and you're gonna love it. And make sure you take pictures. Wherever you go, take pictures, have those memories, because it's good when you are sharing your experience with your friends, and then you show them, okay, here this is what we did, this is what we ate.
So because such memories, they really wake up people's minds and they really want to do the same. So I think this is what we had for you, and thank you so much for giving us your time to watch our videos from the start. And I think next week or in the coming weeks, I'm going to be talking about something to do with CV, like how to make a good CV, because you see my topics, they all follow each other. Like when you read this, when you watch this video, you need to watch another video so that you keep online. And as you know, I'm on all social media platforms. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, and my handle, my username is always alancats.ug. And you're on Instagram?
Yeah, I have an Instagram.
Yeah,
Instagram.
I will share his username on Instagram and Facebook so that you can follow him, you can follow his work, and of course you will get you will get encouraged, you'll get you'll learn something from him, because from his work, that's how I got to know him, and now we're here, we are talking about something very important for you guys.
And also like they feel free to ask me any questions. I will definitely answer them as well.
Especially when it comes to volunteering, when it comes to AIESEC organization, the company that gives opportunities to the youth. He's the right person. He's the right person to ask. And thank you so much, guys. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.